In this video, we're going to implement writing subcomments on the post at a very deep nested level. We're going to also improve and optimize comment tree generation and rendering part. Now let's comment the changes. And we have a lot of changes actually right now. We have renamed a couple of files from the post reaction enum into reaction enum. We have modified the comment resource, we have modified the models, renamed this post reaction into reaction, and we have added new roles, and we have created new migration as well. And just like this, let's give it a commit message, implement reaction on comments. Okay, they have been committed. And now I need to work on the creating subcomments, because we need to reply to the comment and I'm going to leave a subcomment on this. Cool. First of all, if we check the comments database table, the database table doesn't support placing children comments, subcomments. Okay, and there are two ways I have used in the past to save hierarchical data, such as parent comments and subcomments and so on. And one way is to use nested set model. Okay, there's a package for this. I actually have a video building a blog using Laravel with that, using Laravel and come on, I just forgot the admin name, Filament, using Laravel and Filament admin. And on the front-end side, I implemented this comment section where you have the possibility to place comments and subcomments and its subcomments and so on. Okay, this is done with the nested set model. Okay, but the second way is much simpler, which is just create the parent ID column right here. Okay, both has its advantages. If you're going to have a very large data and you're going to do frequent reads from this data, and you want to read children at a specific level in your hierarchical data, then you should use this nested set model. Okay, I have used this nested set model, by the way, also when I created the full video on FreeCodeCamp recently. It is a building Google Drive clone with Laravel and with Inertia, the same stack what we are doing right now. It's on FreeCodeCamp, and I use this nested set model right there as well to implement this. Okay, in this specific case, I'm going to use the parent ID approach because I don't estimate a very large set of comments on a single post. Okay, and as soon as I query all the comments on a single post, then I can manipulate and create this tree structure of data using PHP. Okay, now let's start. And first thing what I'm going to do is just to create new migration and add parent ID column into comment section. PHP artisan make migration, add parent ID to comments. Let's open this migration, add parent ID to comments. Here we go. And on the table, I am going to add, this is going to be integer or maybe big integer, parent ID, and it must be nullable. Okay, because the first level comments will not have parent ID, and this is going to be our existing comments also. Awesome. And in this down, we're going to just drop the column parent ID. So let me execute this PHP artisan migrate. And if I just reload the comment section, I'm going to see parent ID big integer right here. Can I provide big integer unsigned? Yeah, we can provide this. Let me actually down execute rollback to just remove this, because the actual ID of the comments is unsigned. Okay, and the parent ID needs to have the exact same type, because the parent ID will be to save the IDs. So we're going to have relation on itself. So now this parent ID should be gone if I synchronize the table. And now I'm going to execute migrate again, in which case it should create parent ID to be big integer unsigned, which is correct. Now we have the database ready. We need to focus on the probably on the front-end side right now. Okay, when we click on the reply, I want the reply box to be opened, and we're going to simply do a reply. Let's open. I want to close all the tabs right now, and I'm going to open post item. In the post item, we have, where's the create comment? This is attachments, which I think right now I need to extract into its own component. Okay, I'm going to make this post item now. Let me do a little bit of refactoring as well here. So this template, let me copy this and refactor extract view component. This is why I love PHP Storm and just IntelliJ products. So this does a lot of time saving for me. Extract view component. Okay, I'm going to call this post attachments. Hit the enter. Now, right here under resources, JS components, app, post attachments.view has been created. I'm going to hit add here. And let's see what happens. What happened actually. The component was created, however, only markup was extracted. We don't have anything. First of all, we're going to pass the attachments. We have this script at the top, so I'm going to move this at the top. In almost all components, we have this at the top. So I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to remove this export object, and I'm going to change this into composition API by adding this setup here. Then I'm going to define props, and I'm going to accept attachments, which must be array. So here, let me search the place where I need post. I need post in 4 places, and this is just a name of the road, but in all 3 places I just need attachments. So I can just remove this post and use attachments directly here. However, from this post item, I'm going to provide attachments to be post attachments. Okay, this is the first thing. Second is that we have this open attachment right here. And what does this do? Let me search for it. It emits attachment click. Okay, this is something we need to do the same thing. So let me listen to attachment click, and we're going to call open attachment. From here, let me define emits. Define emits open attachment or attachment click. It's called attachment click. And then I'm going to emit attachment click and provide the index. Okay, that part was refactored. The icons is not imported, so we need to search for the icon. There must be this icon. Okay, it was removed from here, but it was not moved into another place, which is weird. So let me revert this using git. Okay, I'm gonna copy this part and paste here. I don't need this chat bubble. I need only arrow down tray icon right now. And let me undo the revert here. Awesome. What else do we have? We have isImage paperclip icon as well. This paperclip icon, yeah, we're importing these icons from the outline folder, but this paperclip icon is coming from a different folder. I'm going to copy this part and put them right here as well because we need them. And if I search for this paperclip icon, we see it is used right here. And isImage also is necessary because we are using it. I think I successfully extracted this into its own component. I think so. We're going to test, obviously. Let's scroll down below, or let's reload the page. And we see the attachments here. Let's scroll down below. We see attachments. We see attachments. Okay, cool. If I click on the attachment, this opens on a full screen. The next and previous buttons are working. Closing is working. And also the attachment on which I'm clicking, it is open correctly. So we refactored it correctly and nicely. Okay, I did this again for code readability. Let's scroll down below now. This disclosure is the reactions, right? Reactions and comments. Here we have these buttons for like and comment. Like and comment buttons. Okay, when we click on the comment button, it's going to create the following area. Okay, so this is the area I probably need. So I'm going to copy this part. And here we have this reply and this div. And after that div, I'm going to put that. Let's have a look. Okay, the positioning is correct. It just needs margin top maybe 2. Okay, cool. This should only become visible if I click on reply. Okay, let's do it in the same way we have it implemented here. So when I click on comments, it opens then the reply box and the rest of the comments as well. Can we do this in the same way? We should do. So we should manage to do it somehow, because that's going to be the most accurate way of doing it. Okay, where is this comments area? I'm looking for it. Disclosure panel. And inside there, we have this new comment area and also the existing comment. So this is something that needs to be repeated when we click on the reply. So I have to take this out and extract into its own component. Let me think a little bit. Its own component, okay. And some of the functionalities, some of the JavaScript functions will be moved into that component as well. However, when we click on the reply, I want the same component to be rendered. Okay, I don't want to break the existing functionality. So what I will do is just right now create a commit message because I did something which is reasonable. Okay, so add parent ID to comments table. So this is one thing I did. And second is that create new post attachments component. Okay, let me take out now this part completely. Okay, and I'm gonna create separate component. I'm gonna create this by myself because the extract didn't help that much. That's gonna be called post comments. Or let's just call this comment list. Okay, let me paste my the content inside template. It did the import for me, which is awesome. Now I need to take care of a few things like this auth user. So from the post item, I'm gonna get this auth user, copy it, and I think I don't use this auth user anymore, so I can delete from here. And I'm gonna put auth user here. Okay, next is this new comment text, which do I use it somewhere here? I use, however, the places where I'm using it needs to be moved into this comment list as well. So I can take this out from here and put, then let's find the places like this create comment. Let's cut and paste. This delete comment, I'm gonna cut and paste. The same for the update comment and send comment reaction. I'm gonna cut and paste. Here's the start comment edit as well. I'm gonna cut and paste. We have this editing comment, which I also need to, do I use it anywhere right now? No. So I can take this out, cut, and paste. Now there are a couple of components which I don't need, so I can remove these imports. Okay, everything else what we have is necessary. This is the place where we have the comment section. Let me first check. I shouldn't have any kind of errors, but the comment section doesn't do anything, which is correct. So now here I need to use comment list. Now what parameters I'm going to pass to my comment list? We have this props. It is finding a lot of matches. We don't have props here, so I need to accept post prop in the comments list, or I'm thinking maybe I don't need post, I just need comments. So let me define props, and I need comments, which must be array. So then I'm going to search for props.post.comments, and I'm going to replace it with the props.comments. There are 5 places to replace this. Props comments. Let's replace all. Okay. Now, do I have props.post anywhere? We have this. In the create comment, we are passing the post on which we are creating the comment, which is actually correct. So we need to pass that information here as well. So let's actually undo the replace, and I'm going to define props, post to be object. Okay, so we need post. Then from the post item, I need to pass, from here, I need to pass post to be props.post, or I think it can be just post. But I also need comments, and I will explain why I need it. I need this for sub comments. Basically, props.comments gives me the comments of the root level, but for every subsequent level, I'm going to pass comments directly here. Comments will be props.comments. Comments. So if I save this right now and expand the list, I see all the comments here. Okay, so this actually works. And now we need, instead of probably reply, I'm going to call this comments. And when I click on this, I'm going to render the same component. So I will go in the comment list and I'm going to search for reply. Okay, and whenever I click on this, I need to render the same type of list. However, in this post item, we have this disclosure, and this button is a disclosure button. So in this case, I have to do something similar in the comment list. What if I create right here disclosure, then let's put this disclosure at the bottom. Then I can change this into disclosure button. And then we can have a disclosure panel here. Sub comments. Let's see. On the disclosure button click, we don't do anything, right? No. Let's see. look at this. So this works. This works correctly. Awesome. Let's call these comments. And right here, I'm going to put a comment list and provide current post and comments, but this comments needs to be comment.comments. So this is going to be children comments of the given comment. At the moment, we don't have correct backend to handle these comments, but we're going to pass an empty array. And let me open comment resource, and I'm gonna return comments. Now let me open post resource as well, and I'm gonna just get this part and put this here. However, we need to define relation that the comment has comments there. So I'm going to open comment.php modal. We have this reactions, we have post, we have user, and I'm going to define one more relation, which is going to be comments. Return this has many. This has many. The related class will be basically self class, but the relation, the foreign ID will be parent ID. Okay, so based on the parent ID, there exists comments, and I'm gonna define I'm going to define the return type, which is has many. So has many was added here, and I'm going to define, I can define another relation has one, that this comment, what's the parent comment of this comment, but do I need this? I think I don't need this at the moment. If I need, then I can add this later. However, right now the comments is an array. If I reload the page right now and expand these and click on comments, I see the following section, subcomment section there. I have a question why I see the same comments inside subcomments. I have no idea, but I'm going to find out. In the comment list, I'm passing comment.comments. Let me actually print what is the entire comment here. This is the comment, it has comments. I see the reason. So inside the comment list, we are rendering the post.comments. So let me search for post.comments. This is what we are rendering. And this is what I need to take care of. Let me just render comments. Something got broke. That shouldn't be props comments. That should be post comments. Okay, now this makes sense. This is correct. If I click on comments, I don't see any subcomments because there are 0 subcomments. What I can do is just This margin top 3, why does not it work? This is the post item. This is actually working. If we go in the comment list, this one should have margin top 3. Yeah, we have this distance here. I have few concerns, and that's why I'm thinking a lot. First of all, if we check right now props.comments, actually post.comments, so it is used in multiple places. For example, when the comment is created, it is added inside props post comments. Okay. Also down below, when the comment is deleted, it is deleted from props post comments, and on update as well. So there are basically 5 places where this props comments is used. We need to work with the comments. So if I just change this into props comments, this will probably give me some errors, because right now I'm directly modifying a prop, which is not actually allowed. So if I reload the entire page and then try to place a new comment, click on submit. Let's have a look. Unhandled error during execution. That was create comment. Okay. Indigo button. Indigo button. I don't know what is this warning, but yeah, we don't directly modify these comments, but what if we do the update? I think we're going to have this warning if we do the update. No, what's that? Props comments. Define props. Okay, const props equals this. Let's have a look. I hit an update. Set operation on key comments failed. Target is read-only. Now this is the thing I was talking about. So we pass comments as an array, so we cannot modify that props. We need to do something different. What we can do is, from the post item, we're passing the comments, we're iterating, we can listen to right here. We can listen on comment delete, create and update, and do some operations, but that does not change the picture. So we're going to have then these handlers here, and then we need those handlers here as well. So we're going to have this duplicated code. Another solution will be instead of providing comments here, just provide data. For example, if I change that part and accept data, and I'm going to pass an object here where comments corresponds to post comments, like this. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Data is comments have comments. Then I'm going to accept the data here instead of comments. So this is going to be data, and data is going to be object. Okay, and then instead of props.comments, I'm going to use props.data.comments. So I am not directly modifying the prop data, but I'm modifying the property of the data. So it's a kind of hack right now. So I'm passing the reference of these post comments inside this object here. Do the same thing in the comment list here. So this should work in my opinion. So if I reload the entire page, property comments has access during render, but it was not defined on instance. That is coming from the comment list, probably from here. It should be data.comments. We reload the page, expand this, we don't have any warning. And I'm going to try to edit and click on update. There's an error. Can't read properties undefined in the comment list. Props comments. Okay, props comments is something which we aren't going to have. We're going to have props data comments because we have data here. Let me search for props comments and replace it with the props data comments. Exactly. Now if I try to edit again, put something there, click on update, this is working. I reload the page, update stays there. Now I click on the comments, I see the sub comment section here. Let me try to edit this one again. 222, click on update. This is actually working successfully and we don't see this warning, which is the number one thing I wanted to achieve. Now, this comment section, this comment list is rendered in two cases. Either this is rendered for the post or this is rendered for another comment. And one last probably the last prop, is going to be parent ID, which by default should be null. So I'm going to provide type to be string and default will be an empty string. Okay, let's do an empty string. Now, from this comment list, I'm going to provide parent ID to be comment.parent, no, comment.id. This is how it should be. So I'm telling now this comment list component, hey, go ahead and render these comments, which are my children comments, and the parent ID for these children comments will be me. Okay, in the comment list, then we have this parent ID, and when we create new comment, we are sending the comment ID, but we should also send parent ID to be props parent ID. This is the very important thing. And then let's open, I think we're going to open post controller and we're going to find create comment. We have the request here. Probably we're going to create separate class for this request. At the moment we have only comment and parent ID, so we are accepting both. However, the parent ID needs to be a valid ID from the comments table. I'm going to check the validation rules from the Laravel docs. Validation exists. I'm looking for exists. This is what I want. Exists inside the table and the column name. So we want parent ID needs to exist or exists inside comments comments ID. Okay, so after that we're gonna have post ID. On this post we're placing this comment, this is the user, and we need parent ID as well. So on this object, on this parent ID, that's going to be parent ID. But parent ID might even be null. If that doesn't exist, or if it's an empty string, let's take null. Okay, now I'm going to try to create new comment. So another comment here, click on submit. Let's see. Parent ID, okay, it can be nullable. This is one thing. What are we sending, by the way? We are sending an empty string. Okay, this is something we need to change. If the parent ID does not exist, let's send null. If it's an empty string, let's send null. Let's reload the page. And another comment here. Click on submit. Null was sent. The selected parent ID is invalid. That's because we need to mark it as nullable. So let's introduce another rule here, nullable. Okay, good. Let's click on submit again. And now it was created. This is another comment. It has its own like and comments. If I reload the entire page, we're going to see now 2 comments here. And third comment will be added right now. Awesome, we have 3 comments. Now I'm going to add sub comment on the third comment, and I'm going to hit on submit. Now let's have a look. Inside payload we sent parent ID 20. Okay, and the response was returned also successfully, and I see this sub comment right here. If I reload this page, I see 4 comments, and if I click on this, okay, this is sub comment. This is sub comment, which is probably right here, which should be right here. Well, the subcomment should not be definitely right here. So what I need to do is go to home controller, and right here when we select all the comments, I want to only select those comments where null. So where parent ID is null. Okay, so this means that I want only to select the first level of comments right here. So this, if we check this comment, by the way, in the database, does it have parent ID? No, it doesn't have parent ID. That was not saved as a child comment. And I think the reason is that we didn't add parent ID in the fillable. Parent ID. Okay, now it is a regular comment. Now, if I create test comment, actually, yeah, I'm going to create sub comment. So On the third comment, I'm going to create test and hit on submit. That was added. Let's check the database part. We see 20 parent ID here, so it is a child comment of this. Then I will reload this page. And I don't see this test right now. And that is because of this line. If I comment this line, reload the page, I will see tests here as well. Okay, it is selecting all the comments right now. But I need only first level of comments, and then when clicking on each comments area, it should show subcomments. This one doesn't have subcomments. This one has one subcomment, and we see it right here. No subcomments here, no subcomments here. Subcomment 1. Click on submit. Awesome. Let's reload the page. We see totally 6 comments. Maybe we should show how many comments there are. If we open comment list, right here. Maybe open post resource as well. We have num of comments, and let's open comment resource, and we need this num of comments here as well. However, we need to go to the home controller, and in the same way we are doing this with comments, with count of comments, I need to do the same thing here. However, this approach has a couple of downsides, which I'm going to explain shortly. But first of all, I want to make sure that these counts are visible. If we go in the comment list, or first let's go in the post item, and let's grab this part, number of comments, comment, num of comments. Okay, 0, 1, 0, 1. This is working correctly. Okay, another sub comment. This comment was added here, but that number did not get updated, and let's take care of this as well. From the comment list, when we create the comment, okay, this is the part we need to here's what I'm thinking right now. Instead of parent ID, I'm going to pass parent comment, which is going to be object or null. So we can allow both here. Default will be null. And then instead of parent ID, I can use parent comment.id. However, instead of updating the post number of comments here, I need to update the parent comment number of comments. So if props parent comment, if that exists, I'm going to update props parent comment num of comments. In else case, I'm going to update posts num of comments. Here we need plus plus. Let's test this right now. Let's reload the page. 2 comments, add third. Click on submit. We have 1 error. Cannot read properties of undefined. Okay, we don't pass this parent comment from the post item. No, we should pass this from the comment list. Instead of parent ID, that should be parent comment, and we need to pass the entire comment. Okay. Third comment here, click on submit, and voila, we see 3 right here, so the number gets updated as well. If we go in the network, I can hit like on this. This works perfectly. This is working. And my like is still there. Okay, I think this is the functionality. This is the main functionality which is there and which is working. Okay, so we create the comment, then we have the possibility to place sub-comment on the comment. When the count increases, I haven't tested the editing of the sub-comment, although sub-comment 2, hit an update, that gets updated. Let's reload it. Just make sure that it stays updated. Here we see that. And if I click on delete, okay, that comment is not removed. So we are not doing everything correctly in delete. Update comment works successfully. So we'll find the comment, update it. In the delete, yeah, we need to do something similar. So to update the number of comments first, we are going to check if the parent comment exists. Then we're going to decrease the parent comment. Otherwise, we're going to decrease the number of comments on the post. But the actual comments, why wasn't the actual comment removed? If the comment is created, we put this inside data comments. But if the comment is deleted, that's strange. We're going to test this once again. So I'm trying to delete this sub-comment. The count decreases, but this is not deleted. Log props data comments, and then I'm going to log it once again. Let's actually print, yeah, let's log the entire object. Does the root level comment delete works? No, even it does not work right now. I have broken it. So we have 4 here. The first one got deleted, but the view was not re-rendered. Why? Let's print data comments. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There's only 3 comments right now. three root level comments. This is the first, this is the second, this is the third. So if I delete the first one, what happens? So this is not removed. And this is the main problem. Well, it is actually removed. It is actually removed, but data comments is not reactive, and that's why the UI does not get updated. So the reason here is that when we assign something to data comments, the DOM cannot understand this because the data comments is not reactive. But how can it understand when we create new comments and we do the unshift? Then it re-renders, right? So if I just remove this again, and we have 5 comments here, I add new comment, click on submit, there's an error. Props parent comment ID. Yep, there is an error. If the props parent comment question.id, this is how it should be. Test, hit on submit. Okay, this is added without a doubt. This is added. This is added. This is working, but if I delete that, then it does not work. Okay, what I will do is just instead of in the delete, instead of doing this filter, I will just do splice, like splice from position. We need to find the position. So comment index, const comment index equals, we're gonna find index where the ID equals comment ID. Then on this comment index, we're gonna just delete 1. Okay, this should work. I'm gonna create 2 here, and then I will try to delete this, and it is working. Okay, the number of comments does not get updated when we are deleting the child comments. This is something we should take care of as well. So here we have 5 comments. I'm deleting this one, and it doesn't get updated. When we delete that, and if the parent comment exists, we are reducing the number of comments on the parent, but in any case, we have to reduce the number of comments on the post also. So right now there are 4 comments, and I'm deleting this one. Let me actually scroll up. And we see 3 here. So this gets updated. Test, submit. Okay, this doesn't get updated. and we're gonna move this out of the else. So if the parent comment exists, we're gonna update the parent comment, but we're gonna update the post in any case. We have totally 4. Test 2, hit and submit. This gets updated, this gets updated. Test 4, hit and submit. This gets updated, this gets updated. Okay, during the edit, nothing gets updated. This is 3, this is 6. But if I delete this, this is 5, this is 2. If I delete this, this is error. The comment not found. Okay, it is using the same comment ID it used previously. Why is it using the same comment ID? On delete comment, we are passing the actual comment. We have this key comment ID. If I just reload this, this is 32, but what about this? 33. Test 1, test 2, test 3. Now I delete this one, then I delete this one, and finally I delete this one. Okay, I am not able to reproduce this, but I think that the reason is that these data comments, we are modifying the properties of the given prop, which basically might be causing those issues. So this is something probably we need to have a look. If we still have such problems, it is working right now. Yeah, if we still have such problems in the future, we need to probably take care of this and fix that. But as an MVP, we have implemented placing sub comments, and I think we can also have sub comments there. I also think that we need to optimize in the future. Here we don't see, for example, count. This is something we need to take care of. Yeah. There are small things to adjust right here. So display the count here and also analyze how many database queries are made, because I have a doubt that for any level basically below the second level, where we don't have this with comments returned, we have this with comments returned only once. Even here we don't have this with comments written. It's gonna make queries in the database, which is something I want to improve and optimize. And the idea is the following, that I am going to query all the comments with its reactions, with reactions and with count of comments totally. Okay, so then I need to manipulate. This will give me all the comments, including the not the parent level of comments, but the children level of comments. But then I'm going to generate the tree out of these comments. But I'm going to do this in the next lesson. Let me undo this for now. Your support is the most important thing for me. So the single best thing what you can do right now is to pause the video, hit the subscribe and the like button, and continue watching. I would really appreciate. Thank you. Now, let's comment all the changes. Let's expand them and review them. So we created this comment list reusable component for child comments as well. So I'm going to mark all of them. And this is the part which I think that we still need to improve a little bit. But let me first comment this. So create reusable comment list. Let's actually give it the component name. Comment list component for sub comments. Okay, so we comment that. And now I'm going to try to explain what part needs to be improved regarding these comments. So first of all, if we have a look in the browser, so here we see the count, like 4, okay? And when we expand and we see the comments, there are totally 2 first level comments here. Then I expand, I see 1 comment here, and I also see count here. So I click on that, okay? And then I see that there's only 1 single comment. So totally now I see 1, 2, and 3 comments. But right here we have 4 comments. So where is this 1 comment? So that 1 comment is probably right here. But we don't see the count 1 right here. So this is the issue at the moment. And also there are made a lot of database queries on the comments. So right now, speaking on this single post, 1 query was made for the comments, 2nd query was made for the sub comments, and then 3rd query was made for the sub comments. And if we keep going like this, create more sub comments, that's going to increase the number of queries. Okay, so basically if there are let's say 10 first level, I'm going to collapse this, let's say there are 10 first level comments right here, and we have let's say 10 sub comments on each comment, which means totally we have 100 sub comments. So first we're going to make 10 database queries to get these inner 10 comments, and if we have sub comments as well, we're going to make additionally like 100 more queries just to get all the comments. So which is not very optimal. So now I have an idea how I think will be optimal to just modify this part of the code. And I'm gonna query all the comments of the posts, all the comments of all the posts what we see right now here in a single query. And then I'm going to do the processing using PHP and convert that comments into a tree type of structure. And also the counts will be available on all the comments. So basically, using one database query, I will have the comments of this post, that post, this post, this post, and basically for every post, what we see right now. Now, how I'm going to do this? So we have this with count reactions and with count comments, okay? So with count comments, I think is something we can completely remove, or let me just comment this out. And then we are selecting this with comments. So I want to select my post with its comments. And inside this query, I have that this where null parent ID means that I only want to get the first level of comments, okay, which I don't want. So I'm gonna just remove that part. Okay, but I want every comment to be queried with its reactions. Okay, with its reactions. And then I'm going to comment out this part as well. Just let me move the semicolon below. Okay, oh, actually I'm going to delete this because I have everything inside Git, so I can easily reverse if I decide to revert something. So let me remove this part. Yeah, I think this is it. So we are basically selecting the post with comments, and the comments will be with its reactions, and that's it. Okay, in this specific case, there will be one query, okay, that's going to be select everything from posts. That's going to be one query. As soon as we write this with comments and that will be executed, we're going to have second query right here, select everything from comments, where post ID in, and we're going to have all the post IDs which will be queried from here. Let's say that this is 1, 2, 3, etc. And there will be a third query because of this with count that's going to be for the counts for the comments. Another query will be right here for the reactions for the posts. Select count from reactions. The similar query will be, as I mentioned, here. Okay, and we're selecting this with reactions and with count of reactions and with reactions as well. So here we will have another query where we just select reactions, select everything from reactions where user ID is the currently authenticated user ID. Okay, and this is basically it. So we're making totally in this case 5 queries, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's going to cover everything. We are selecting all the comments here, and based on this we're going to construct the tree as I mentioned. Okay, I think I made a pretty large introduction of what we're going to actually do. Now if I reload the page, I'm going to see that counts are gone because we just removed this with count of comments, and now we're going to handle it differently. Let's go in the I want to open post resource, but let me close everything else. Let's just open post resource. Here we go, and we have this num of reactions which is there and which should be there, but num of comments, this is something we actually don't need anymore. Instead I'm gonna just calculate the number of comments slightly differently. So I'm not going to remove, I will just comment this line for now. And then these comments are all the comments which is for this post, which belongs to this post. But this comments array will contain all the first level comments as well as the second level comments, third level, or etc. Okay, and now I'm going to convert these into a tree of the comments. Okay, so I'm going to create function right here, public. No, let's actually create a private function, and I'm going to call this convert comments into tree, something like this. Okay, so actually I can right now start thinking how I'm going to do this, or I have done this in one of my projects. I'm just gonna take this code and explain how it is done. I did this in Free Code Camp's video inside this Laravel file manager. It should be in the models, I think. We have this file, and or where I did that. No, this is not here. I think I did this in my Laravel e-commerce course. Yeah, I did this right here, which is my premium course. If you want to see how I build that project, you can check my website, thecodeholic.com. But the source code is actually open source, so you can have a look. I think it's going to be inside category because I build the category tree in the same way. Yeah, this is it, build category tree. Let me actually copy this part and I will try to explain this. Well, Let me paste this here. I'm going to call these convert comments into tree. Let's format the code. Obviously, instead of categories, we're going to accept comments. So I will just rename that variable. So we're going to accept a list of comments. Okay, and we're going to accept the parent ID, which by default will be null. And here we have this resource class name. So in my another project, I had two resources, and I was calling this method from two different places, from the admin panel as well as from the website. And I was using two different resources. In our case, we have this comment resource, and I want to use this comment resource everywhere. So instead of accepting this right here, I'm just going to completely remove it. And we're going to obviously remove this from here as well. And right here, I'm checking if the resource class name is given, then I'm creating an instance of this resource class name. But instead of this, I'm going to just create an instance of comment resource. Here I'm passing the category, which is basically a variable of the loop. I'm going to rename this and call this comment. Okay, so I start iterating over my, let's explain this. And by the way, here I'm calling myself, so the same method, so I just need to give it proper name. Okay, what's wrong with that? Let's see. Yeah, we're just returning an array from here. Okay, now let me explain. And this is, let's just rename this. Instead of category tree, let's call this comment tree. Okay, so here I'm giving a list of comments, and I'm giving the parent ID as well, which by default is null. So then we start iterating over the comments, and we find all the comment which has parent ID null. So we're starting this from the null. I find all the comments which has parent ID null, which means that they are first level comments. Okay, so outside of this if, nothing happens basically. Inside this if, then this is a first level comment. I want to find where are its children. Okay, then I'm calling the same method, the convert comments into tree. I'm passing the same entire comments array, but I'm passing the comment ID. And this line basically means, I'm going to add a comment here as well, find all comments which has parent ID as comment ID. Okay, and this is it, and that's going to be children of that specific comment. And if that children exists, which means that if it's not an empty array, we set the attribute right here, children, on the comment itself. Okay, that children actually can be changed. Now this is our comment model actually. So I can add an annotation right here, which makes everything very clear, that the comments right here is actually an array of comment models like this. Okay, cool. And this comment model, we can add a new attribute like child comments, for example. This comments basically is a relation. And we cannot, I think we cannot set this relation, but what we can do is just define public array child comments like this. And then we go in this post resource, and right here, instead of set attribute, I can assign child comments to be children. And I think we can even remove this if, because if that children is an empty array, then we're going to simply set this child comments to be an empty array and nothing will happen. But then each comment will be converted into a resource. Now, let's imagine the case. Let's go quickly recap the things. So we're passing the parent ID null on the first call. Then we iterate over our comments. We find all the first level comments. And for the first level comment, I'm just calling find the children comments for this comment. Okay, this is going to call the same function. And now let's go inside the same function, and let's say that the parent ID is now 1, which means that I want to find all the comments which are children comments of the comment which has ID 1. Okay, and the same thing happens. We're going to find all the comments which has parent ID 1. Let's say it found 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to find right here all the comments. On the first call, we're going to find all the comments which has parent ID 2. I'm going to try to make this very clear. So let's say that we have the first comment, the ID 1. This is ID 1. It has children 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and we have 5 here, which has 6 and 7. Okay, and inside here, let's say we have 8 and 9. Okay, and this one, obviously, these are the first level comments. They have parent ID null. On the first call, we're going to find this loop. This if will be satisfied only for this and this. But as soon as we find this, which is the first thing, okay, then we're gonna call the same method, passing, hey, go ahead and find all the comments which has parent ID 1, and it will go and find this, this, and this. But as soon as it finds this, the following if will be satisfied, and the same function will be called, hey, go ahead and find all the comments which has parent ID 2. And it's going to find this and this. And for this also, it's going to call, hey, go ahead and find all the comments which has parent ID 8. But actually there are no comments which has parent ID 8. So this if will never be satisfied, and thus this for loop will not do anything, and empty comment tree will be returned. Okay, so right here, empty comment tree will be returned. The same thing will happen here because there are actually no comments, and the same thing happens here, but for this it's going to find this 6 and 7. Okay, this is the whole idea how we're going to do this. Now I hope I made it very clear. So then we have this convert comment into tree ready method, and right here I'm going to do the following. I'm going to call I'm thinking right now we have this comment resource. Let's have a look in the comment resource. So we have ID comment, create and update. Okay, this is good. Number of comments is something which I should probably comment out, or I should modify this, but let me comment out first. And we have these comments, which is this part, and this is something which needs to be changed because now each comment has child comments, which is already an array of comments. So basically in this comment resource we are going to simply return these child comments. Okay, and in terms of num of comments, this is going to be count these child comments. Okay, I think this is good. So in our case, like right here, so this is the comment, it has 3 direct child comments. Okay, and right here the num of comments will be 3, but this is not actually correct. This is not actually correct because that comment has actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 comments inside there. Okay, and having 3 there is not actually good. Okay, this is something I need to get back to it. So I'm going to leave to do here. I will come back to this. And the same thing will be probably here. We need this num of comments, which should be count of these convert comments into tree. Okay, for the post, actually, we can pass it these comments. And actually, let me create a variable for this. And this is going to give me the entire list of comments, okay? That's going to be all the comments, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. Okay, we're going to have totally 9 comments. So this will be array of 9 elements. And here I'm going to pass the comments, which will show correct number of comments. But then we're going to call this self convert comments into tree, and we're going to pass the comments and nothing else. The default value for the second argument is null, which means that it's going to start from the first level of comments, and finally it's going to return the tree. Okay, I'm going to have a look on the front-end side, what I did. First of all, I see count right here correct, which is awesome. Let's open developer tools, just in case we have some errors. I'm going to reload the browser in the console, nothing's there. Awesome. So we have 4 comments here, we have 1 here, we have 13 here, everything seems to be working. So let's click and expand this. We see 2 comments here, we see 1 comment right here. I expand this and I see 1 comment right here. I expand this, I see the comment. So look at this. So the tree actually is correctly constructed by us. Okay, if I made some mistake, the tree would not be constructed. For example, if I comment this line, setting the child comments, and reload the entire page, we're going to see right here totally correct number of comments. But when I open this, I don't see anything inside there, okay? Because I didn't correctly construct the tree, I didn't provide the children's properly. But using this, we have properly done it. The only thing what we need to take here right now is that right here we should see 2 instead of 1, because it actually has 1 and 2 comments. And the rest of the things are working correctly. Yeah, definitely. Okay, let me think how we can do this. We're going to do something similar. So we're going to take here this part. We have the comment, and let's actually add right here another public property that's going to be integer num of comments, which is going to be 0. Okay, how I'm going to do that? Let's go in the post resource. So I get the children from here. Here's the new comment, which is pushed right here, but we have these children as well. Okay, so on this comment, we set the children. But what we want, let's say that right here, the children were, in our example, I'm going to move this on the right side. Let's reduce the width. So let's say that the comment was with the ID 1, okay, and the children were 2, 3, and 4. So we see that the second comment has 2 children inside there. So here I want to set, on the comment, I want to set num of comments properly. I want to increase num of comments properly. So I want to use the same function. I don't want to create new function. So I'm thinking how I can do this. This num of comments needs to be increased by the counts of the children. Okay, so the count for this comment should be the count for this comment plus count for this comment plus count for this comment. Okay, so I need to iterate over my children and I need to calculate this sum. I can use this children basically is an array, so I can use array reduce for this. Or you know what, I don't know very well how to use collections inside Laravel, not every possible method. So now I'm going to ask ChatGPT how I can convert my array into a collection and use reduce. So how to convert plain PHP array into Laravel collection and calculate sum of it. Okay, this is my plain array. I need to call collect, and then I need to call sum, which is pretty awesome. Let's call collect. We're gonna pass my children, and then I'm gonna call sum, which should sum num of comments. However, this children basically is an array of comment resource, and the comment resource has num of comments here, which is count of child comments, which is not correct. We left right here to do, which we need to take care of. So right here, I'm just going to write this num of comments. Okay. Let's remove the to do. If the num of comments is the correct number, then we're going to just put this right here. However, in the post resource, this children, as I mentioned, is an array of comment resource. So right here, instead of this num of resource as a camel case, num of comments as a camel case, I'm going to use num of comments on the resource, which is this. Okay, I'm going to put this right here. Cool. I think this is going to work. I'm thinking if I made any mistake, let's put this back and have a look. So I get all my children. No, let me actually review something. So for all the children, basically, I'm just trying to get the count. So for this, the count will be the count of this plus this and this. For this, the count will be the count of this and this. But I also need to... This is not going to work because we are going to also add... Yes, we're going to also add right here the count of a children itself. Okay, so the count of this is count of this plus count of this, which is 0, by the way. So this has count 0. This has count 2. This has count 0. Okay, so we calculate sum of its counts, 2, 0, 0, which will give us this number, which is a sum, and we're going to have totally 2. But we also need to add the how many direct children comments exists inside there, which should be count of children. This should be correct. Okay, I'm going to try. Let's save this and have a look. Let's reload. Here we have this correct number. No surprise because it was working correctly. Let's expand this. I see 1 here, I expand this. I see 1 here, I expand this. I see 0 here. So here I should see 2. Why I don't see 2 here? And this is a very simple case, by the way. Something is missing. Now let's open comment list. And I'm going to print an actual comment ID. And I'm going to do this Let's do this right here. Comment ID. What's wrong? This is inside v-else. So I should put this right here. So now we see that this is 28, this is 40, this is 41, and this is 13. Okay, let me zoom out slightly. So the count of these should be count of these, which is 1, plus itself, which is not working like this. Basically, if there are no children inside there, I think this is the issue. If there are no children, or wait, no, this should be correct. Okay, now it's time to debug this properly, and I'm trying to find the best way to debug it. Okay, let me go in the home controller, and I'm going to set this paginating to 1, so I'm just going to get only one post, nothing else. This is it, and now I will try to debug that. Okay, what is this value? Let's actually cut this, and I'm going to type var dump. And what is this? I'm going to print this part as well, and I'm going to also print what is the comment ID. Okay, if I reload this, okay, this is printed. Then I want something like, let's output a couple of BRs here. So for ID 41, for ID 41, where's 41? Okay, this is 41. For ID 41, there is 0, which is correct. For ID 40, there is, let's have a look, there is 0 number of comments on its children, which is correct. This one doesn't have any comments, but this count of children returns 1 right here, which is correct. There's exactly one child inside this 40. So far it is correct. Then we have this 28, which has 0 and 1. Now this is the issue. So for 28, it is going to be the count of these which is 1, plus 1, which is the comment itself. So probably right here. No, wait, what am I doing wrong? I think the reason, I think I know the reason. If I just print what are these comments, so we convert this into something, but I have a feeling that we don't convert everything into resource. So we see that this is a comment resource. Okay. It has num of comments, child comments, comment resource. No, I thought that maybe we were missing something and we didn't convert every comment into resource, but I think we convert them successfully. But the issue is that for this 28, which is over here, it should have 2 comments. So for this 28, we get this 0 and 1, and this is the problem. This 0 basically is the sum of children's num of comments. It accepts callback right here, but I think if we just pass if it's a null, value retriever, what does this do? Use as callable. If I can use this value as a callable, then I will just return. Otherwise, I call data get. Okay, so this works perfectly. So I thought that because here was a callback, maybe this wasn't working properly, but I think this works correctly. But for the comment ID 28, this is the biggest problem right now. If comment ID equals 28, only then I print this. Then I get 0 right here and 1. Why do I get 0 right here when there are children? Okay, there are children for sure. Let's print them. I have this dump, so I will just print children here. So these are children. And the children has this num of comments, which is 1. 1 plus the count of the children, which should give me 2 totally. But this num of comments is that children, this is the issue, I think. That children, no, this is a comment resource. So this is not a modal, this is resource. So if I scroll down below, I should find this num of comments, which I don't find for some reason. I don't find it. Num of comments, num of comments. Okay, I'm going to make this, I think this is going to fix the issue if I just go in the comment and change these num of comments. I think I should go in the comment modal, comment.php, and I'm going to change this into num of comments like this. And in the post resource, here it works correctly, but in the comment resource, I'm going to use this num of comments here. And in the post resource, I'm using already num of comments. So let me test that. I scroll down below for this. Let's remove that part. Let's remove the children from here. No. That does not fix the problem. Let me check this once again. Num of comments, which is 0. Why it is 0? Num of comments. Which comment is that? Which has ID 40. It has as a model, it has this num of comments 1, but inside the resource, num of comments is 0. Why? Do I have this num of comments somewhere? Yes. If I change this and call this num of comments, that was the issue. Okay, if I use the same naming, I was using something incorrectly, okay? So if I expand this right now, I see 28 here. And it has 2 comments. This has 1. Okay, this is it. I spent so much time on this. Let's just remove it and let's just better understand what was going on. Comment list. So here we have this num of comments in the camel case. Num of comments, which was set on the model. Okay, then we were passing this into resource that was converted into num of comments. Here we have this num of comments. That was converted into num of comments in the underscore version. And then when we are calling this collect on children num of comments, that was always, so that function is always returning resources, a list of resources. So that should work. That should have worked, but it was not working, and it didn't work probably. And even right now, I don't understand why it is not working. I'm honest. I don't understand why it is not. Where is this? So if we are correctly working on the resources, so these are resources. I don't know. So these childrens are basically, I'm going to try to find this, figure this out. Comment ID, if that equals 28, So I'm building this to learn also something new for me. So I have to understand what is going on exactly, which will help me in the future to avoid such problems. I want to print children, and the children have this num of comments. Let's have a look. Let's search for num of comments. Okay, no, there is no num of comments. This is comment resource, but there is no num of comments. Why? Why there is no num of comments? On the comment resource. So these children. If I come right here, this num of comments, if that doesn't exist, I'm going to provide like 7. Let's say 7 for some reason. I don't know why. Then if I search for num of comments on this resource, very, very strange. Let's use dd of children. This is comment resource, which has resource, but the num of comments is 1. So it seems like from this resource, it cannot correctly get this num of comments. I don't know. Okay, I'm probably spending too much time. I don't know that because this is a children, this children basically is an instance of comment resource. The comment inside the comment resource, we have this num of comments, which should be something like which is some. If we set this as a static number, it should be some static number, right? So we should have that somewhere here. This num of resource as an underscore to be a static number, but we don't see this. However, if I change this into num of comments here, here, and here, then I reload the page. Actually, let's remove this part. Then we see 2 here. Then we see 2 there. Okay. Anyway, still again, apologies. I don't know how this worked. I missed obviously something which I can get back to later. And if I figure this out in between recordings, I will notify later. If you understand, by the way, let me know in the comment section why this works. I would love to know, like why this works specifically. But if we change this into camel case version here and inside the comment model into camel case version, why this does not work. Because when we collect from the resource. And here we have the same. Wait, hold on. I think I get it. I think I get it actually. So I think I get it. if I just return this back into num of comments, I'm doing this a million times, but I think I get it. Num of comments. This is probably how Laravel resources are working. I'm going to set this here. Okay, and then when we just convert this array of resources into a collection and we call sum, this num of comments does not exist on the model. Okay, I thought that we are getting the properties from this resource, but no. Even if I add right here, let's say Zura to be key and the value to be something, okay, if I try to get that Zura right here from the, let's say I want to just print children here, okay, which is an empty array, by the way. Let's just put this if statement, if comment id equals 28. Let's use double equality. Here we go. So this is an array of comment resource, and I will not see Zura anywhere. So if I try to get from the 0th to get like Zura, for example, this returns null. However, if I try to access resource and get Zura from there, the resource doesn't exist. But if when we call this num of comments, it is trying to get this num of comments from the actual model, not from the properties of the resource, because the properties of the resource are what is described right here. Okay. Exactly. So this num of comments, the sum of the collection, the method sum of the collection is looking this num of comments inside the model. So this is the thing. So if I change this into num of comments into camel case, so I'm reading this from the comment, actually, from the model, actually. I'm setting this into num of comments. Okay, but finally I'm converting this into, let's remove the Zura, num of comments into underscore, and I need num of comments here as well. This should work. Yes, it works. So this is good lesson, one very good lesson to me. So even though I'm working right here resources, I thought somehow that when we were getting the instance of the resources, there was already this two array called on that, and we had keys to be num of comments, what we have right here. But actually no. So when we call sum, it still works on the model level, and we are reading this from the model, not from the resource. Cool. I'm gonna leave this since I know. Now here I have two comments, and here I have only one comment, which now this works correctly. So if I click on this, now let me try to add a new comment here, click on submit, that increases, this increases, awesome. Another submit, this increases. And if I add a sub comment, then what happens? Does the parent increase as well? Something, click on submit. Now this increases, but this does not get increased. Another issue. Another comment, this increases, but this doesn't get increased. Okay. We need to take care of this as well. There are so many things to take care of. Okay, I need to go to, not the update comment, but I need to do this in the delete comment as well, and create comment, okay? On successful response, I need to emit comment create, and I'm gonna pass Actually, I don't need to pass anything. Maybe I can just pass the new comment, which is going to be data, comment create. We need to define this emit. Let's actually copy this and execute comment delete as well. We are passing the comment which was deleted like this, but let's define emits. Const emit equals define emits. We're going to have comment create and comment delete. Okay, now we need to listen to that comment list, and we need to listen this here as well at comment create on comment create, but this on comment create is coming from the children right now. Yes, and we need this comment delete as well on comment delete. Let's create these two functions. On comment create, I get a comment. So this was emitted from the children. Okay, one of my children created a comment. So I know that the comment was created, and I have the current comment as well, which is parent comment, this one. So on the parent comment, I need to increase num of comments because the comment was created. That should be props parent comment, num of comments should be increased, and right here props parent comment, num of comments should be decreased. Okay, let me check if this works successfully. Okay, here we see 6, here we see 2. I'm going to create test comment here, and let's have a look. Here we see 9, here we see 10. Actually, we see a 7. I want to even go on deep level of comments, test 1. Now, this doesn't get updated. Okay, when I go to deep level, okay, what I need to do is just emit. From here, I need to emit that comment create. Comment create, and I'm going to pass comment. I'm emitting this as many times until I reach the parent. Let's put semicolon here. This is going to be comment delete. Now let's test this once again. Let's expand this. If I create some comment here, this is increased. Okay, we have an error. Num of comments on comment create. Yeah, we need to check if the props parent comment exists. If props parent comment exists, we are calling this. Okay, cool. Expand this. Let's create test comment. This got increased, this got increased, another test. Okay, that works. Now let's go into children, child comment. This was increased, this was increased, this was increased. Let's test this once again. This is 2, this is 13, this is 15, this works. Now let's go into 4th level. So this should be 1, this should be 3. So 1, 3, 14, and 16. 1, 3, 14, and 16. Now let's go even deeper. 1, 2, 4, 15, and 16. 1, 2, 4, 15, and 16. So 17. So I think this works perfectly. We went very on the very deep levels of comments, and the parent comments all are working and updated. Now let's test delete. Click OK. The 0, 1, 3, 14, and 16. So this is decreased as well. Click on delete. 0, 2, 13, 15. Okay. Awesome. Okay. This is good. This solution is good enough if we don't have too many comments. And when I say too many comments, I mean hundreds of comments or probably thousands of comments. Because even if it is 1000, so inside this post resource, that function will iterate over 1000 comments, and it's going to iterate a couple of times also here, because we are calling the same function. This is not ideally optimally written, to be honest, but that's going to work perfectly on not very large amount of comments. I haven't tested whether there's going to be 1000 or 500, but definitely if the number of comments get very large, then probably better solution will be necessary. Now let's comment all the changes as usual, and I'm going to call this query all comments of posts with a single select and construct tree in PHP. One thing which I'm gonna change is we change this paginate into 1 for testing, so I'm going to revert this back. Okay, I can let's save this, make sure that it is loading 20 comments, 20 posts. Okay, cool, and let's hit on commit. Okay, nice. Now if we have a look at these 15 comments, as soon as we expand this here, imagine that there are like 20, 50, 100 comments on the post. Here we have only 13, and we see all of them right now. And this list might be very large. So in this case, we don't want obviously this part to take, the comment section to take huge part. Either we need to show only 5. Even if we do this on the vue.js side and not on the server side, like show only 5, and we're going to have show more. When you click, it's going to show 5 more, etc. Or the second approach will be to create this scrollable area, the comment section. This is our the post, and where are the comment section? This is the comment section. To make this scrollable. And this comment section is actually, if you open post item, we have this comment list and disclosure panel. So I'm going to give this one h of let's give it 32, for example, and overflow auto. Okay, this is obviously not enough. Let's give it 64. Okay, maybe we can increase a little bit more. And I think this is not bad. Do we have even more? I don't know. Let's give it 400 pixel. Okay, this is, I think, enough. Now we know that our posts will never be, our comment section on the post will never be more than this, which is awesome. And I also think that we should change this default scroll, which I want to change it. So I'm going to search for scroll snap type. Let's search for it. What is scroll snap? Scroll snap is something which scroll behavior. Now let's search for Tailwind, or let's ask ChatGPT how to customize scroll bar in Tailwind CSS. We need to create custom CSS. Yeah, we need to create custom CSS. Okay, no problem. Let's do this. I'm going to copy this part and let's open this app CSS, and we can globally customize this. Let's see if this will work. Yeah, this is working, by the way, and it's working very nicely. However, so we have this width and color. I want to make this, especially right here, I want to make this transparent. Okay, let me give this disclosure panel comment list CSS class. Then I want to customize this. So on the comment list, I want to change that part. Okay, so this stays original, but this is what is changing right now. We gave it width, and I'm going to give it background color to be transparent. Does this work? No, this does not work. Okay, I think we are going to give this transparent here. Okay, this is, I think, not bad. Let's make this more transparent. No, this is too much. Maybe we can create this darker transparent version. Okay, let's undo this. But my point is that I want to make this even transparent. So the whole scroll is basically hidden, but I have this color which I want to use later. So on this comment list hover, let me copy this. I'm going to change this on hover. So let's provide here hover, and then we have this color here. I think we don't need this part. We just change the colors, and this is going to be gray. Now let's see, on hover it appears. And what was the other color? This is the other color which we can provide here. Okay, let's reduce the width, make it 8. Let's make this more towards white. Okay, good. And I think this color should be the same as the button color. Or maybe we can use this sky color. I don't know. Or we can provide. I just want to pick the color. So let's pick this one and try to put this here. No, that's too light. We can make this darker. Yeah, not bad. Okay, I'm going to leave this. You can customize and set your own colors, but yeah, this is nice. Mouse over, we see that probably we should see this always. I don't know why I did this hover, but if you don't mouse over, it seems like it is weird. And you should see probably that it is scrolled at some point. But the native scroll wasn't as good as this one, so I'm going to leave this part. I would like you to let me know in the comment section why you think that this video was good or the entire playlist was good, how it helped to you, if it helped at all. Please let me know. So this color should go, these should go here. These should go here. Okay. That's it. No matter right now how many comments we're going to add, that scroll section will stay the same and the comments will be added at the bottom or at the top.